Hey guys, I'm just sitting here with Kita, currently who's drooling all over me. She drools when she's happy. This is Kita, my little cat, by the way. I don't want to move the whole camera. Um, but I'm making this video. This is not really like my typical video. Also, she might try and like climb all over me. That's just typical. Um, but I just want to make like a thank you video to you guys. You don't have to watch this if you don't want to. You can click off right now, feel free. But I just want to make this to say thank you to everyone who has supported my channel this far, who has liked, who has left comments, who subscribed, purchased things from me, purchased memberships, dealt with me while I was trying to figure out my life. And I know I'm not always the best at, responding to things or getting back to everyone. And yeah, part of that is before I started this YouTube channel, actually kind of like the reason I started it was because I originally ran another business before this, and I ran it for a long time. I started it when I was 15 years old. I didn't know it was going to become my full-time career, but it just kind of went that way over time. Like I started, it was like a website, it was a blog, it was free, and I just liked sharing things with people. I would just share my recipes all the time, and I was really excited about it. And one day I had someone tell me, they were like, you could be making like a full-time income off this right now if you monetized it. And I was like, what? So yeah, I monetized it, and yeah, I was doing so well, and I literally thought that that was going to be my full career for the rest of my life, because I was doing so well at first. Like the first few years, my income was really, really nice. I was like, I could have lived off of it. Like it was great. It wasn't like outrageous, but I knew that if it kept growing, that I was going to be set for life pretty much. But of course, as I should have known, I didn't really know as a younger person. The internet's always changing, things always change, and like some things, like first off, Amazon, they cut part of the profit that I was getting, because I got a lot of income from Amazon affiliates, because back in the day, at least my day, I always get the comment too, like my last video someone commented, they're like, stop playing like a teen. I'm like, dude, I'm 28, I'm very much not a teen, and I try not to act like a teen. I am who I am. It's just I come across younger. I might look younger, but in my mind, I'm a lot older. Yeah, I've managed a lot of things. I've managed a full-time business pretty much since I was young. So I did that while I was in school, going to school, while I had another job. At one point, I had 2 other jobs. Anyways, where was I going with this? Can you tell I'm just like all over the place? I also have ADD, if anyone didn't know. I think I've mentioned that a few times. I take medication for it, but yeah, I'm very all over the place. Hence why I started my business when I was really young. I just get these ideas and I just run with them, which is also the YouTube channel and everything else that I do. You guys probably can see that. I'm always asking you guys what you want to see, because I'm always wanting to create new things and expand and whatever. Anyways, where was I going with this? So yeah, basically I thought I would do that for the rest of my life. I was like, it just kept increasing, but then all of a sudden it was like Amazon cut I don't know what it is, the affiliate income. It was a higher percentage that you would get, and then all of a sudden they cut a big chunk of that, and it was like I was getting probably a quarter of what I was making originally. So Amazon, like, it wasn't the main part of my income, but it was just like a decent size amount, so I was like pretty down about that. And then I forget what, oh yeah, the other thing that happened is my main traffic source was Pinterest. I had a huge, massive Pinterest following, Pinterest account, and it was amazing. My blog, honestly, I sucked at SEO. I didn't even know what that is. For those of you who don't know, it's search engine optimization, and I did none of that when I first started my blog. I just posted because I liked doing it. My posts were terrible, but I learned it over time. But anyways, at the beginning, all I relied on was Pinterest, and that's why I had so much income, because I just had such a huge following. People would ask me all the time, like, how did you grow your blog so fast? And I'm like, I don't know, I just posted things I liked on Pinterest. And I even was a Pinterest account manager for a short period of time. I did so many different things. Anyways, I did that, and then Pinterest, all of a sudden, it was like overnight. they switched their platform. It went from being a platform, for people to post, and then, the link would take you to a website, to overnight it was like, now it was like an ads platform or something. It immediately wanted people to stay on the platform, and it was like they took away links almost, and you would post, like, I would post a video, and then they wouldn't have a place to post a link. Like, you couldn't just click on the video and go to the website or something now. It was so weird, and it was super frustrating. And then I would like post the link in the comments, and then they would like delete the comment, like the comment would be gone. And then I would have so many people commenting, they're like, why are you not posting the links anymore? It makes it so hard to get to the recipe. Like, wow, like, why would you not post the link? You just want us to watch your video. I'm like, no, I want you to go to my site. It was so annoying. And like, I messaged Pinterest about it. And then I was in a bloggers group for everyone who works with this specific ad company. Who's like amazing, by the way. They were amazing. They're still amazing to this day. They're the only reason I still make income off that. But anyways, that whole group, everyone was freaking out in the group because basically people just felt like Pinterest like punched us all in the face. Like, we created all of their content, and then they just took everything from us basically. So I lost over half my income overnight basically. And this was like, I think it was like maybe during COVID times. I'm not really sure. It was somewhere like just before that, I feel. But then COVID hit, and then COVID also was bad because then I just, you wouldn't think it would really affect like people at home, but then it's like people aren't spending money, right? And then so advertisers aren't advertising as much. So then I was earning way less from my ads on my site, probably like half of that. So it's just like everything kept going in half and half, and I just didn't know where to go. And so, like, I know nowadays, this is why I'm always creating new things. This is why with this channel, I'm creating Patreon. I'm creating the shop, because it's like, if one thing goes down, you always want to have a backup plan. And I didn't really do that before. So anyways, that all happened. So then I did learn that I had to pivot, which is like my number one saying now, you got to pivot if something goes wrong. And so I did that. And so I then created a product, which is something I actually wanted to create for a long time. It wasn't something like I forced myself to do. I really wanted to make it. I won't say what it is. You guys probably figured out if you go do enough research, but it was a really amazing product. Like, I still to this day 1000% believe it's better than anything on the market. I just know it is. Like, I know it is because I was really, really good at what I did. I did it for a long time, and I spent a lot on supplies. I worked with a million different suppliers. I tested samples for months when I created this product. I created the design of it as well, and the packaging. I made over 4,000 of this product by hand. When people thought I had a massive company behind me, it was just me. I was shipping all the orders myself. I was like, it's hard to explain without giving away the product, but I also was getting a bit sick from making some of the product myself. Like, I shouldn't have been around some of the stuff. Anyways, basically, it just became so much, and I didn't really have help. I did have people interested, though. There were investors interested. I did have people offer me a lot of money to work with me, and I was just stupid back then, and I just said, I'm not really interested this time, because I talked to some business help company that was supposed to tell you what to do, and their advice was to try and stay solo for as long as you can. And I was thinking, yeah, that's a good idea, because then my parents offered to invest some money, and I regret that now. I probably should have just went with the investor, but it is what it is at this point. And yeah, basically I was selling the product for a long time. I was putting a lot of money into advertising, and probably I was not very good at managing the financial side of things. Like, I knew my product was doing well. I had all 5-star reviews. Everything was amazing that way. And my customers were super nice. They were like posting photos. Everyone loved it. And they were telling me it was better than anything they had ever tried. And then my Facebook ad had like thousands and thousands of comments and likes. And then, but then it just got to the point where, like, taxes came around and I had to pay back so much. And it was just like, I don't know, I just wasn't managing it right, like, with the finances, because I was so focused on getting the product out, and then I stopped posting on my blog because I was so busy making product all day. I had no life. I was, like, working 17 hours a day, like, yeah. And then I just basically, at one point, burnt myself out. I I don't know what happened. It was like I was always this person that was so motivated. I would like respond to everything instantly. I was so quick to do everything, and I was like so on top of my business. And then all of a sudden one day it was just like I just couldn't do it. I just laid there on the couch and I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I thought so, like, I literally thought I had a problem. I was like, what is wrong? I can't post. I can't write I couldn't even respond to someone's email. And I know some of you guys, like, nowadays, I don't do that sometimes. And it's like, it's because of this. So when I started this YouTube channel, was basically at the very tail end of this, when I was still dealing with it. And it was just like going downhill. And I was like, I need to, again, start something else because I know this is not going to be enough money to keep me going here, and I also have to pay off like a lot of debt as well. So because I put a lot into that company, I still have stuff in storage. Like I still pay for storage for some of my product and ingredients and things like that. And yeah, so anyways, it just became, I was like researching. I was like, what is wrong with me? I thought I needed therapy. I paid for therapy on BetterHelp.com. Literally saw the price for one session. I was like, oh my god, and I got more stressed out than ever, and then just canceled it immediately. I was like, why did I even buy that? That just made it worse. So I ended up watching videos instead, and just other business people who'd went through something similar, and it is a really real thing. So if anyone's ever going through that here, like, I totally feel for you. You're not, broken or crazy for wanting to take a break from your business or just feeling like you can't do anything. Like, I just thought I was being lazy. I was like, hey, get yourself up, like, do something. I was so mad at myself, and I was frustrated, and it wasn't like I was relaxing. I was like anxiously like laying there like, I need to do something. Why am I not doing anything? But I was just like frozen. And I mean, that's also like they say an ADHD thing as well, but this was different. This was like just I couldn't do anything. And even around my house, like I was just laying there. Like I would just like watch movies all day or do nothing, and I was like, this is so not like me. Like I don't even watch TV anymore. Like these days I don't really watch TV, but yeah, so that all happened, and my product basically got to the point where I like couldn't produce anymore because I just couldn't afford it. And it sucked because I had people commenting telling me my product was expensive, and they were like, you must be so greedy because you're charging so much for your product. I'm like, no, I just live in Canada and shipping prices are really expensive, and also I pay for really high quality stuff that I put into my product. I tested a million samples before I made my product, and I wanted it to be the best that it could be. So that is why I charge more. Plus, I make everything by hand myself, or at least I was up till the point where I did hire a production company. But then that just was even worse because it just cost so much. Yeah. There was like, hidden costs you don't really expect and stuff I didn't fully plan for, even though I tried really hard to plan. I tried. I had written out whole business plan, although I wrote it in the notes app, which was probably dumb. My mom was like, where's your business plan? I'm like, it's in the notes app of my phone. It was organized, but it was just not the best place to write it. So yeah, that went downhill, and I also shipped so much product. I had so much experience with shipping, and a lot of lost things too. Canada Post one year during Christmas, they lost like 20 of my packages at once. I was so frustrated because it cost so much for me to ship, and the product itself is so expensive. Literally like 20 packages. I had angry customers because it was Christmas, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do, because I told my parents, I was like, I can't even afford to like resend them new product, and I feel so horrible. And I was like doubling the time, like I would pay for double the rate just to get their product out for Christmas because I felt so bad. It was dumb. Like I was spending so much money, and yeah, eventually just after Christmas, I sold out. I told myself like we were going to sell out. I talked to my parents, we were going to sell out of the rest of the product, and then once that was over, we just cut our losses basically. That was like the saddest moment of my life, was saying that, this product that I knew was like a winning product that could be so successful one day if it had the right, backing and people behind it and support. I just had to say like, goodbye to it, and it was so hard for me. Like even shipping the last boxes, I procrastinated shipping them because it was like so depressing to see them go. I actually kept one box because I was like, I just couldn't let it go. And then, yeah, it just felt like a big part of me was lost because that business was like my life. Like that business is what I grew up doing. Like every part of it was just me. Like I just felt like that was my personality. I was always like also, if anyone, I don't know if you found my old accounts or anything, but I used to be like the fitness person too. I was known for like nutrition and stuff like that, and I just felt like I was failing at everything because I wasn't like working out as much. I was just laying around and being sad, and I just felt like I lost a huge part of myself, especially after COVID, because I couldn't go to the gym, and I went to the gym like all the time, every day. Like it was like my happy place, and now I haven't been back to the gym in I don't know how long. Because I worked at a home. I mean, I still work at a home, but it's not the same. It's like I lost that social setting, and yeah, basically my whole identity changed. And I just felt for a bit like I would never find something ever again that would make sense to me or make me feel good. I thought I was just like, just nothing. I was like, it's either this or nothing, you know? And I was like, I'm just failing at this, so I guess I'm nothing. And people would ask me what I do for work, and I'm like, I don't know, I guess I'm a food blogger or whatever, or I write recipes. But like it didn't feel like it because I hadn't written a recipe in forever. I didn't even have stuff in my cupboards anymore. Like, and people just assume that as my identity though. And they would always ask me like, what are you doing? Like, how's it going? And because on the outside, my business looked successful. On the outside, you couldn't tell. I still have people message me to this day asking for product. And I'm like, I don't have it. Like, just today I had someone email me, I would like to buy a bulk order to sell in my store in like Australia or something. Like I get messages like that all the time. I have people trying to ask me to buy the recipe. I'm kind of giving away the product, but anyways, I don't know where I'm going with this. This is a very rambly video. I'm so sorry. Also, I think I just ate a cat here, but I started my tarot channel sometime, yeah, while this was going down. I actually didn't start it for money, to be honest. Like, I really didn't. It was kind of like when I started my blog. I started it because I liked doing tarot, because other things went on in my life at the same time as my business was going downhill. So let's just say overall, I needed an outlet for things, and I don't know why. I started watching tarot readings, and I was like really interested in them, and I was like obsessed. Like I kept watching like specific people, and I would find new people, and I got really obsessed with the people that could channel. I was like, that is so cool, I want to channel. And I know it sounds so weird, guys, like I couldn't channel before, and it was not something I could do instantly. And I was just like, that would be really cool to be able to do that one day. And I don't know what it was, something about tarot readers. I became like obsessed with watching them, but only specific people. Like it wasn't everyone. I didn't like the readings that were really just general. I was like into the specific. I liked when people would give these details. I'm like, how do you know that? That's so interesting. Or how did you get that from that card? Like, because you know, people normally give just the generic message. I was like, how are you getting that deeper message? So I wanted to learn. So I bought a tarot deck. I bought the Rider-Waite deck on Amazon literally last year, guys. I know, I didn't want to say this on my channel because I'm like, people are going to judge me because I have not been a reader for that long, but something about it, when I tell you, when I get into something or when I'm passionate about something, I become obsessed and I will learn everything. My mom always said that about me. She was like, you may not always stick with things consistently, but you are really good at teaching yourself things very fast. Like I also taught myself how to do this specific type of dance one time, and I didn't tell anyone, and I showed her and she was like, how do you know how to do that? But anyways, yeah, I became obsessed. I like wrote every single day what each card meant. I would like write all the meanings out multiple times. I would test myself. I would also try to listen for intuitive messages. I watched so many videos on intuitive reading. I was like, I don't want to be a general reader. I was like, I want to learn the meanings, but then I want to be able to interpret a lot more than just the meanings, because I don't want to be, yeah, I was like, I got to be better than this. And so I just kept practicing, and for channeling, I'm planning, I do want to make like a course on that or like something, because there is a way that I kind of started channeling. I do feel like part of it was, I don't know, I feel like it was kind of meant to be a little bit. It just sort of happened one night. Like I was trying for a long time, and then all of a sudden it just sort of happened. I do want to like talk about that one day, how that happened. It was like really weird, and it was based on certain things I was reading in books, and there's some books that I literally attribute like my entire tarot career to, like everything about those books were life-changing. But anyways, I started channeling eventually. And when that happened at first, I thought I was like kind of going crazy or something. I was like, I don't know if I'm actually hearing things or if I'm just making these up. I literally didn't know. And then yeah, so when I first started posting on YouTube, I first posted just a reading. I don't even think I channeled in it. I just like posted it. It's still on my channel. It's like the first video, the Pisces reading. And I did that, and then after that video, nothing really happened. No one really watched it, and I was like kind of depressed about it. And then like a month later, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try again because I feel like I've gotten better because I was doing more readings. I was doing so many readings for myself. Like I just love doing them. I love tarot. I thought it was like just so interesting. And so yeah, I did my first Twin Flames reading because I told myself, I was like, I don't really like sign readings. I don't know why. I was just like, I want to do Twin Flames readings. So I did that, and yeah, that video got like 100 something views, and I was like so excited about it. And then it got a few comments, and I don't know who commented on my first video, but thank you so much, because literally you were the person that encouraged me to keep going. So I just kept posting after that, and I honestly at first, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like a fraud. I felt like what I was posting, I was like, I don't even know if this is good. I was like, I don't even know if my channeling is good. Even like a few months into my channel, I still was questioning my channeled messages, guys. Like I was like, did I just hear that, or like did I just make that up? But honestly, the biggest thing I've found with doing readings, if you're getting into it, is trust yourself. Like no matter what, trust what you are getting, because it's right. Like it's hard to explain, but basically everything is a channel message in some way. Like all the things you speak, it's hard to explain, but everything's connected in some way. It's just like specific messages might be something less obvious or harder to figure out. I don't know how to word this anyways, but long story short, just trust yourself. If you get some meaning from a card and you're like, I don't know why the heck I'm thinking of this, like does that even make sense? It makes sense, just trust it. That is like something I wish someone told me when I was first doing it, because I would question myself all the time, and I'm like, and then I wouldn't do intuitive reading because I'm like, no, that's probably wrong, like don't do that. Yeah, so anyways, and now I look back on old messages that I did for myself, and I'm like, oh my god, I was so accurate, wow. Like, I'm surprised by myself. I'm like, some of them are even better than some of the stuff I do today, and I'm like, how did I not see that in the past? So it's kind of funny. You just gotta, yeah, when you look at it later on, it's pretty impressive. So anyways, yeah, I did that, and then there was a point in my channel I also, like, stopped channeling for a bit. It was really weird. I just like stopped hearing messages and I was freaking out. I thought there was something was wrong with me, but I think I was just overthinking things. And yeah, so I went through a period of like not really channeling much. I think I just like didn't say as much in my videos, or I didn't post as much in the members. I don't even know when I started members, but yeah, the first couple members videos, I was like, am I just like being a lie? Like, why am I making a member section when I don't even know if this is right? And now I go back and look on it, and again, like, they all make sense. So yeah. Anyways, and then after that period of time, I just like believed in myself, and I was like, hey, it'll come back, like, keep practicing, just keep reading the cards, and I would like affirm to myself about it too. And eventually, like all of it came back, the ability to channel. There was like one specific day I can remember so well where I was channeling like crazy. Like I could just look at a card and it was like all the words would just come out, and it was wild. I felt like I was hearing the entire story. It was so cool. I still want to get back to that day. Like I'm still trying. That was like a magical day. I don't know what happened, but it was like the stars aligned. And then now when I do channeling, I just it's really good now though, like compared to where I was. I'm sure you guys could tell, a lot of people have commented and said that too, that my messages have gotten a lot more detailed than they used to be, as in my messages have gotten a lot more specific. Obviously my readings as well. Sometimes, I don't know, I look at it good and bad. Like some of my older readings, some people liked better, some people like them now, so it just depends on personal preference, I think. But yeah, my channeling definitely got stronger over time. It's like working on a muscle. Like the more you do it, the more it grows, and it just kept growing and growing. And yeah, now I also was only clairaudient as well. I was like, when I first started my channel, I literally wrote clairvoyant because I thought more people would click on my channel. Like, I'm so sorry, guys. I literally did that. Because I was like, I don't know, I was like, I think I could do that as well. And so I wrote that too. And just because I felt clairvoyance was more like often looked at, or like people thought of it more highly than clairaudience. Did I say clairvoyance? Yeah, clairvoyance was more highly looked at than clairaudience. It was also more like search term on YouTube. I was trying to be like SEO friendly. But it's so weird because over time, I did become clairvoyant. It's kind of funny how that worked out. So it's basically like I predicted that, assumed that into my life. So now I am able to also see visions as well, though my clairaudience is still definitely by far the best ability that I have. Clairvoyance, though, is definitely growing every day. Like, I see things much more clearly every day. I'm still learning every day, which is awesome. But and then clairsentience as well. That kind of like came in later, like after everything. Like, I started hearing or like feeling more of the messages as well. So I would say that's like the least ability, but like it's still there as well. And I know it's gonna keep growing because it has consistently. Like every day, I just feel like it's like more and more. So yeah, that is basically how I got into channeling. There's like a bit more to it with like more specifics. Again, like I may go into that one day, about how it actually happened. But biggest thing I can say is like just honestly listen to your thoughts, and just anything random that comes to your mind when you're looking at a card or looking at anything, like just trust it, write it down. If something in the room around you draws your attention, look at it, like it's usually a message. If you're like asking a question and then you look at something in the room, like there's a reason you're looking at that. Also, sometimes cards might not make sense, or sometimes like, I don't know, what you get might not make sense. Like you're asking a question about like, does he like me? And you get like a frog or something. You're like, what the heck does that have to do with anything? But then try and think of it in a more like, I'm hearing metaphysical right now, more metaphorical term. Like think of like, what does a frog do? Like it jumps, you know, maybe someone's taking a jump, they're taking a leap on something, leapfrog. Something about water, they could be near a pond, something about the color green even. Think of like what a pond means to you as well. Think of what a frog means to you. Like, is there a memory you have that you were around a frog or a pond? Stuff like that. It's like the more you connect the dots, the more you'll get messages. Like the more messages that'll come. Yeah, so I don't know. Just my quick recommendation. But again, I might do like a full course on that or something. One day, another spontaneous thing I'll do. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know why I'm making this so long. This is 28 minutes now, but I just want to thank you guys, like honestly, just for being there with this channel, because I just like, I never thought there would be something that I would be passionate about again, or like a community that I would have, because with my old blog, I had a huge community that I was known in very well. People knew me everywhere and would always comment nice things, and I would talk to them all the time, and I had like friends in that community. And then it's like I just lost all of that, I feel. Yeah, just like it all kind of went away with that. So it's nice to have a new community, and also someone who's supportive too of you and your progress too. Like you guys have been really nice with how I progress, and your comments about, you know, like, oh my god, you're getting better, or like your videos are better these days. I appreciate that you guys say that, because yeah, I definitely judge myself because I have not been a reader as long as many people on YouTube. Like I quite literally started doing tarot readings. I think I looked up when I bought the deck. It was like summer of last year, like maybe early summer of last year was when I bought my first deck. And now I have over 100 decks, I think, and plus my own decks now, and it's just crazy how fast it went. But it feels like it's like I've known it my whole life or something. Like it doesn't feel new. I don't feel like I'm new to it because of the amount of hours that I've done channeling. Like, I straight up, when I wasn't working on my business, when I was just like in this mode of I can't do anything right now, I would just do tarot readings like all day long. I would just do readings, and I would just learn the cards and print out things about them and all the zodiac signs and astrology and all this stuff. And yeah, because I wanted to be, I told myself, like, I want to be the best at it. I was like, if I'm going to be a reader, I was like, I don't want to be someone who's just, like, kind of good. I was like, I want to be really good at what I do. And, yeah, when I started doing readings, too, I also didn't post my shuffling because, first off, I was, like, slower at reading the cards because I was like, I had to like think about the meaning a little bit for a second. So I was like, oh, that's embarrassing. So I was like, I'm just going to post the part where like I have the reading done, because I would know how to figure it out, but it's like I would take time to figure the message out. And so I started doing it that way, but then it was like people almost liked that way of reading because it's skip the shuffling, which honestly, I would sometimes skip shuffling in videos. Like I would just skip forward in the video. So I was like, like maybe this is a new way of doing a reading, like people will watch longer because, you know, there's no shuffling in the video. And then so I started doing that more often, but then of course I got all the hate comments saying like, you know, you're just making this up, or you're making up a whole story, or you don't actually know how to read. I was also getting, they said I was like stealing videos or something, and I'm like, I was so mad. I was like, no, I'm actually doing it. I'm just like kind of slow, okay? Like, and it took me a long time to post shuffling videos, honestly. Like the first video I ever did was a shuffling video, so like you can tell I would reference people to that video. I'm like, I do know how to do it on camera. Like I do know how to shuffle and pull cards. It's just I'm just slow at it. Like that video was so long for what the reading was, so I was like, I don't want to bore people to death with how long I'm going to take to figure things out. Plus, nowadays, with the way I do readings, I'm extremely detailed with my readings. I don't like to just get a general meaning. I want to find out like the really small details about the reading, and so that's why I do it off camera, because I'm going to take hours staring at one card. Like I literally will sit there with one card and I will channel for like an hour. So I'm like, no one's going to sit through that. Not usually. Sometimes, though, I will do it on camera, like you guys have seen. Like, sometimes I'll do some shuffling on camera and stuff, and, like, I can do it fine. It's just I find that I get more out of the reading if I do it off camera, where I'm just, like, by myself, meditating, calm, and just, like, because I feel like the camera just stresses me out a bit. But, yeah, I find it's not as bad, though, if I'm doing, like, a one-on-one reading and I'm doing it, or, like, a members read and I'm doing it on camera. I don't find that as bad, because it's like, I only have one person to disappoint if I'm taking a long time to figure things out, or a few people, compared to an entire channel of people where anyone can comment, so it's not so bad. I find I can channel a little bit easier, and I also don't edit those videos as much. I just, like, let them be as they are. So, yeah, but, I want to do more shuffling on camera. Eventually, I would like to do, like, live videos as well. I know I did, like, one in members. Man, I was, like, sweating the whole time. I'm like, I don't know why I get so nervous, because I barely edit my videos anyway, so it's like I basically could just post something and it'd be the same, but it's like immediately when that live goes on, I'm like, oh no, I'm live, I better not mess up. So, yeah, it's just a pressure thing. I was like that in school, too. Like, I hated speaking in front of people. I would get so nervous, so that was a huge thing for me. It's just like, I get worried about that kind of stuff, but, anyways, yes, I can shuffle on camera. I definitely like to do it better that way, actually, because then I don't have to write a million things down and have to, like, read them all off during a video. I kind of hate doing that, but it's just, again, it's just more details for you guys, so I feel like it's better, at least, I don't know, for most videos, but, yeah, so that is my story. And I also, I just want to say too, like, in terms of the timing I've been doing readings, like, I'm very confident in my abilities to read. I don't feel like I don't feel like a new person to readings. Like, it feels very natural to me. And I feel like I've been doing it, like, I could look at someone who's had a channel for ages and I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm as good as them. Like, I feel pretty good about it, so, I think it's just my insanity and reading 24 hours a day that was helpful to me. So, yeah, anyways, this is my, I don't know, story, thank you video. So I don't know why I'm making this video right now. It just felt like I had to make it. Maybe there's a reason behind it, but yeah, thank you guys so much for being there, for supporting my channel thus far. I just want to share a bit of background so you guys know more about me and like, yeah, know more about why I also suck at answering emails sometimes. I'm still getting better at that again. I swear, like, I used to be the pro at going through emails, answering everything, and then nowadays it's like, I still have like thousands of unopened emails from my old business. That's why it's a mess in there, I swear. But we switched over to Etsy, right, for all of my readings now. So if you purchase anything from me, it's going to be on Etsy because that just keeps me so much more organized. It keeps like a limit on the typing too that people can do, and like it's just way better for me. So yeah, we're going to keep it that way going forward, and that's pretty much it. And I also really want to thank anyone who's purchased stuff from my Etsy shop. Like, that means so much to me. And also, if you left a review, thank you. It helps so much. Like, the reviews are making a huge difference in terms of people purchasing, because obviously no one wants to buy from a shop that has no reviews. So thank you to those who have reviewed. I keep trying to like tell people on Etsy, I'm like, yeah, I promise, like, I'm a nice person, I'm on YouTube, like, go look at my videos. I keep saying in all the description boxes, I'm like, I promise, just go look at my videos. But yeah, and, people don't really like to click off the platform that much. So yes, thank you to everyone who's reviewed, who's bought things. I am working on all the orders. The production company, the printing is just kind of slow, so I do email you when your package is shipped. I always send a tracking code. So yeah, thanks again, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what I'm doing, I'll just keep rambling. So this is also my personality. I just will talk forever. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you watched it all the way through, like, congrats, thank you. I don't know how you made it this far. You got some good listening skills. I really appreciate you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys once again, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. And yeah, okay. Well, I hope you guys also have a really great holiday, by the way. If I don't see you, I hope I see you before then. But, you know, if I don't, for some reason, I hope you guys have a great holiday. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone.